All right. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name remains Maazai Zayoba, reaching you from the Republic of Ireland, Dublin, capital city of Ireland, and Blanchardstown to be precise. This is an emergency one. I just got information this evening that tonight is the candle night of Nkencho, George, our brother who was murdered here. I don't know how to express that, how to define that. So basically, tonight is one of the saddest nights, if you like, I will say, and I want to bring it to you live the way it is, the way it's happening here in the Republic of Ireland. You can see different kinds of people here. You can see Irish young youth here. You can see other Africans. You can see everybody from all corners of Ireland, in solidarity with this night of candle night for George Nkencho. We are reaching you here from Blanchardstown, a county here in Dublin, and we are bringing you live to you. I'm not going to be too long here. Of course, among all the communities in Ireland that have gathered here tonight, Biafrans in Ireland are not left out. Biafran community in Ireland also are represented here, and we just want to bring it to you the way it is. What Biafran stands for, what IPOB stands for, is justice. Anywhere we see injustice, we condemn it in all ramifications. And I'm going to go around here for you to see the way, so you can see what is going on here. Please share this video and invite everyone you know, because this happens to be a Biafran also. I haven't said that he's a Nigerian. How are you, sir? Good. He's a Nigerian, and of course we are. Hello, how are you guys? Do you have anything to say? What happened to this young man? What is going on here today? We are live on Facebook, and the whole world is watching now. And do you know this young man? And what happened? What actually happened? And what is happening here today?
So right now, I feel like everyone in the community is deeply disturbed about what happened in the situation, and we all just, as a community, we all came together and we said something has to be done.
Okay.
It's just something has to be done. It's going on for too long worldwide, and it's just something has to be done. We're extremely disappointed as a community as well. So we all came here together to just make awareness, to make our voices be heard, to commemorate his life as well, just to know that we're all here for his family. And even though he's gone, he's not forgotten.
Yeah, of course. How did that affect you now as a young youth growing up in this country? Some of you are born here, some of you are actually Irish by nationality. So how do you feel now?
I just feel like racism will always exist.
Yeah.
It's never going to end. And I really came to terms with it. I never thought that would happen in Ireland.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really became prevalent in this
like that could have been my brother.
Exactly. It just shows how vulnerable you are in this society, and you wouldn't really think that you were that vulnerable.
Yeah.
Everybody's just trying to live their life. For me to be that vulnerable when I'm just trying to, slowly get good for my parents and all, like it's not nice,
Yeah, it's such a thing by, as we know Gardaí here, which is called Irish police, we haven't seen them, killing people in this, in this manner before. I mean, how is your affection now with the police here? Do you think your affections over the police, you don't respect them?
I can't say every police is bad. Like, I'm not gonna go around making trouble, but like, I don't feel protected by the police. I just won't feel protected by the police until they show me that I can be protected by the police.
I feel because they have a label, they feel like that label comes with power, but they use power in the wrong way. Don't use it in the right context. So you can't really expect someone that's using power in the wrong context.
I can't expect us to respect you when you are using your power. You're not giving us the respect in which we need as citizens.
Respect goes both ways.
As we're born in this country, you can't come and say that, oh, we're not of this country, and you just shoot somebody in which we know in our community is going to fair. It shouldn't happen anywhere.
All right. Thank you very much for at least attending to me. I don't know. Do you have anything to say to your fellow African youths who might be watching away right now? Do you have anything to tell them?
Like, let peace reign. Let peace reign.
Okay. Thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you very much. All right. You have heard from the youth here, so I think the whole event tonight have come to an end, and I'm here just to get a glimpse of the reaction here. Is a very sad situation, and you can see people around, and it's something that is unexpected. We never thought that this kind of thing can happen here in Ireland. And the most painful part of all these things, like I said in the past, this young man was followed to his house without a kind of negotiation or talk to the family, without considering with the children being there and other family members. And this guy was shot 6 consecutive times. And six. Do you have anything to say? I am live on Facebook now, and the world is listening in. It's a sad situation here in Ireland, and
not fair what happened, and justice deserves to be served. And the guards deserve to get everything that is coming to them.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you very much. And that's one of the Irish youth who are here and actually have sent her own opinion. Of course, everybody is not happy with what happened, and I pray that justice will serve. These are road blockade from the Garda Síochána there, and you can see people trying to dismiss. I'm live here on Facebook. Of course. Do you have anything to say? You are one of the Igbo Union officials that represent Igbo Union officers here.
I will say that it's been a good one for the past 13 days, and today is the 14th day. And we really appreciate people turning out in mass. And we've done very well. And this is justice for George. And now we have closed the protest, daily protest. We are arranging for another one on Saturday.
Okay.
And apart from that, we are beginning now. The main work starts, because we are starting to write the Taoiseach, the government, and other organizations to join in to fight for justice for George Nkencho. And because we are all disturbed by what happened. He was not supposed to die. His life wasn't supposed to end that way. So that is it.
Yeah, the autopsy, according to what we read now, that are coming out from the Garda Síochána, the autopsy proves that the guy was shot 6 times. And to me, that looked like, a kind of premeditated. I don't know, but it's a concern. You can't shoot somebody 6 times if you wish that person, life.
Yes. Initially, we thought he was shot 5 times. It was later, the autopsy shows that he was actually shot 6 times. And shooting him 6 times, I will say, it was a shoot to kill.
Yeah.
It wasn't, they weren't trying to
disarm him, incapacitate
him or decapacitate him at all. They were just focused to get him out of the way. And the reason they wanted to get him out of the way is the reason we are here. What did he do to deserve to die?
Police in this country, we haven't seen them or known them as people or institution that can go in a community and shoot somebody in his family compound without considering the family members, youth, parents being there. How do you see this? You are a father as well. I mean,
yes, in this community, we haven't really seen things like this. This is the first person I can say, the first Igbo black person that has been shot dead by the police. We know that we've had incidents in the past, but it wasn't anything like this. And this is really disturbing that we heard that police shot dead someone, because the ordinary policemen don't have guns.
Of course.
So it was according to the people that witnessed what happened, they said while they were following him home, they called the Gaji armed squad, and then they joined in, and that was when things went wrong.
Okay, thank you very much, Maz. Do you have any advice to the young youth now in Ireland who are devastated over this unexpected situation we are witnessing here now, after what we have saw in America about George Floyd, and the kind of similar thing have repeated here?
This is really sad, but just like one of the lads said, one of the youths said, that when you are triggered, instead of reacting, you need a minute to think about it. Just think about it. Thinking about it for 1 minute could bring a whole lot of change into it, instead of with that emotion and going into action.
All right, thank you very much.
I appreciate the children, the youths, for all they have done. They've taken it very well. They've done very well. No violence. It's been all peaceful protests, and I really appreciate the children, the youth, for that. They've done well.
Thank you very much. He's Mazi Marcel Okoye, one of the Igbo Union Island official, and talking to us and addressing to us on this tonight candle night. That's what it's called. Yes, candle night for George Nkencho. Thank you very much, Mazi, and it's a pleasure to talk to you. Friends and lovers of freedom worldwide, this is how we bring it to you tonight. It's a very sad situation, but like I said, I condemn this act, and I strongly believe that the Irish government will thoroughly look into this and investigate more about what happened. We don't see this kind of act here in Ireland, regardless. 6 times autopsy proved that this young boy was shot. And it's a very sad moment, and I want to thank all of you for joining me tonight. Like I said, one of the things that disturbs me over this matter is this killing is just because the young boy was shot in front of his siblings. I don't know what could have led to this individual to do such thing in front of family members. It's an awful situation. I want to thank all of you. It didn't happen now. Mazi, thank you very much. You are here, and they said that we don't have good people in Ireland or in the Western world. I don't know. He is a politician here. I have to say it the way it is.
That's a good thing.
Wow.
So, Biafrans and Igbo people in abroad are doing very well, and he managed to get into politics here. And he has that opportunity. He has been at the forefront of this protest over the injustice of what we witnessed here in Ireland. And Mazi, introduce yourself to us. Biafrans and lovers of freedom are watching all over the world. What do you have to introduce yourself first? Then
thank you very much, Onyen Dundi Igbo. Isaiah Oba, you are a brother, and we appreciate you first and foremost. My name is Kelechi Onwume. You might want to add, sir. I'm a knight of the Order of St. Columbanus. Okay. And again, I like to consider myself a community leader, especially in the Igbo community and the Irish community. To the issue at hand, it's a very sad one, but I think you laid the background so perfectly. You know, how our community converged to say we will resist the injustice that our community has suffered. You know, that if not anything, at least has made me a very proud person. The way the Igbos, you know, charged forward on the very first day, as soon as we heard this news, you know, we just knew immediately that no, we must challenge this. We must not allow such things to continue to happen. Because one, we don't even understand if it is procedure. We don't even understand if there are things you know, if this is going to be an ongoing process. You know, so we need to object to it. If we don't object to it, today we are talking about George Nkencho. It could be somebody else tomorrow. So this is an institution, an agency, you know, that's meant to be protecting lives and property and keeping our community safe. So we don't expect, you know, the Gardaí to be associated with what has happened. So if it's a mistake, of course, we want to know. Now, if the investigation is conducted, of course, we are expecting that it will be fair, it will be transparent, and it will be thorough. And we are also going beyond just conducting an investigation. We're also asking that there should be a public inquiry. Is that public inquiry that is also going to interrogate the process? Why couldn't 12 or 15 officers, you know, just disarm one young man? And we understand that these officers, of course, before they go on an operation of this nature, they will wear body armor, they will wear knife vests, you know, and do they not have shields? There is what we call plexiglass. Plexiglass is a protective shield that will protect the holder, and with that you can actually box the person in. Did they use any such thing? You know, there are so many tactics and strategies we feel the police could have deployed. Now, there are more questions than answers, and these are the questions we are seeking. But today, of course, we want to thank everybody that's been part of this 14-day protest, which is also a mark of saying we are unhappy about the fact that a man in his prime, at 27, was caught shot in such a dastardly way. So hopefully we get the justice that George and his family and our community deserve. So we thank everybody all across the world, especially from Nigeria and from the Igbo community, from the Igbo great tribe that have been supporting. We thank the Nigerian government and everybody, you know, the Biafrans all over the world that have supported this cause, you know, the African countries all over the world that have supported this cause. We appreciate you, and we pray that you continue, you know, to support until justice is achieved. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Another thing, of course, he's the former chairman of Igbo Union Ireland. So this is the Mazi Kelechi Onwume we are talking to. And as a father, this is something that we in all these years we've been in Ireland, Irish people has been known as peace-keeping force in other countries, making sure that you know, anywhere there is war, we Irish are not known for this kind of killing. We have not had this kind of thing here in Ireland before. And as a parent, you know, raising up a child up to 27 years, it takes a lot to bring up a child to get to that age, to attain to that age. The concern I have over this killing is that this guy was followed, you know, from where they confronted him in the first place to his home, which I believe the parents might be at home. The siblings were there, according to what we know. Why would anybody shoot somebody, a family member, in front of his parents' house without considering there is children there? The parents are there. Were they contacted before asking the guy, drop your knife if you actually had a knife? What could have triggered, a trained Irish police officer to open a fire on a young man that has no record of criminal in the past? There's no such thing that we have had. This guy, according to the information we had, is a very good guy to the family, to the community where he lives. There's no bad record attached to his history, and he has been here, as a good growing young man. What could have led the police to open fire, not one, but 6 times, according to the autopsy we received recently?
Yeah, it's again, I'm glad you have all these questions as well, just as everybody else. That we have more questions than answers, unfortunately. And we just have to add those questions you posed. We've been asking those same questions. Now, of course, there is investigation ongoing, and we've also called for a public inquiry. Hopefully, these 2 sets of interrogation process would reveal more answers, and that is what we are looking for. We need to be able to bring a closure. The family, not really sure closure is the right word, because they will never get over the fact that their son was killed. But at least, the answers they will get, would go a long way for them to understand what really happened. And incidentally, this young man happens to be a young man who has a history of mental health challenges.
Okay.
And you would think, what he really needs is help. Somebody who needs help, but unfortunately, he didn't get help. What he got was bullets, and that is why the community is angry, the community is confused, the community is shocked, and we'll continue to press and request and ask for justice until justice is done.
Again, another thing I want to ask, are you in touch with of course you are a community leader here in Blanchardstown. Are you in touch with the parents, with the siblings? How are they feeling? How are they going to cope with this kind of incident? Because as a parent nobody wants to see this kind of thing happen to their children right in front of them without any consideration.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely, I think that's one of the worst fears of any parent. We've been saying it, how a parent might feel when the child is going outside. They won't be comfortable until the child comes back home. Especially with this incident, because we know the way young people are. Young people can fly off the handle. Young people, can be very reactional, at times. And if a young person gets into an altercation, that involves maybe the guards coming around, how would the guards react? These are some of the questions we are asking. So every parent that I'm aware of, especially from the African community, is worried. Like I said earlier, we don't understand if this is a policing strategy, if it is a new policy. We want to understand it so that we can better advise our children. And of course, nobody's expecting that children would do wrong. When wrong is done, of course, we expect that the legal system, that the judiciary, would take its course. It will kick off from the point where a wrongdoing has happened. Of course, we expect the courts, we expect the legal system to take over. And everybody is adjudged innocent until proven guilty. So we, however, still want to ask parents to continue to talk to their children. We want them to continue to instill confidence, because what has happened has the capacity of eroding confidence.
Of course.
You know, so we want our young people to remain resilient. We want them to remain on the straight and narrow. They should be our ambassadors. Ambassadors are known for doing the right things and not the wrong things. You know, so we expect parents to instill that training, you know, speak to them. Make sure that they don't go about feeling like they have a chip on their shoulder,
right,
or that the community does not belong to them. The community belongs to them as much as it belongs to
Of course, they were born here.
else.
Some of them are,
So,
they haven't visited Africa before.
Absolutely.
And with this thing happening to them now, they feel like, you know, they are in the middle of nowhere.
That is it, and that is something. It's challenging.
Yeah.
So we expect, you know, our young people to remain resolute. They must remain resolute. They must see this community as their community. This is the only community we know. You know, a whole lot of people probably even go home, maybe only for a week or 2 weeks in a year, you know, or at the most a month or 2 months. But the rest of the 365 or 366 days of the year, they get to spend here.
Yeah.
So this is our home. You know, where we come from, we say where somebody lives, that is their home.
Exactly.
So we Igbos and even Africans understand that. Our work is to continue to build this community. Our work is to continue to ensure that our children grow up, you know, to become, you know, an asset, to become assets to this community, to become a plus, you know. All the best attributes we want to be associated with this community, to Ireland as a country, should also be attributable to our children and to members of the African community. So we want to thank you. We want to thank everybody that have shown goodwill towards what has happened, that have shown solidarity, that have supported this cause to seek justice for George Nkencho. We want to appreciate you and want to tell you, you know, we're not giving up on the fight. You know, continue to support this cause, and by God's grace, we will have answers, and answers to a large extent that will be satisfactory to the immediate family, to the community, and essentially we'll be saying that justice has been served. That is our prayer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mazi Kelechi Onwumere, former Igbo Union chairman here in Ireland, and he did very well. I met him that time when he was a chairman here, and he didn't give up. He's still doing a very good job here on behalf of Igbo community here in Ireland, and he's a Biafran as well. So, of course, Biafrans are hard workers, as you all know. We are very committed in anywhere we find ourselves, and we want to appreciate you for the good thing you're doing in Ireland here. You're a politician, and of course you have engaged your professionalism in this country to showcase that of course most of us that are here are, you know, well, you know, to do for this country, and thank you for representing us here, and the fight you are putting on to get justice for this our young brother. And of course history will always remember the good work you're doing. I want to appreciate you, sir, and it's a pleasure to talk to you tonight. Thank you very much. I remain blessed. Biafrans worldwide, this is the way I have it tonight, and I want to appreciate all of you. A lot of people have left home, and the protests continue till the next 2 days. If I have time. Are you guys open here tomorrow? Is the protest here tomorrow again? No. Not tomorrow. Okay. I will keep all of you posted how the protest proceeds in the next couple of days. I think there is more or 2 protests left, and if I have time I will bring it to you. This one was an emergency. Good night, lads. This one was an emergency, and I decided to just join on tonight's protest. It's a candle night. I want to appreciate all of you for joining me. Share this video and stand for the right of our people. Anywhere you are, be a good citizen. Most importantly, be a good citizen. Of course, is a marathon. The protest since 30th of December has been going on here in Ireland. In other counties as well. As I said, it is a very troubling situation, and we have not seen anything like this before. As I said, Irish has been a members of peacekeeping UN in so many countries. So many countries, I said. They are in Lebanon, they are in Africa, they are in everywhere. They've been, they are always for peace. I don't know how I have to put it for you to understand. This country is a very lovely, peaceful country. To be honest, in fairness, very lovely, peaceful country, and we love them. Not only that, if not, I would have said that Irish came from Africa, because these are a particular nation that has been known for goodwill. They are different from every other race that I've met in my traveling in Europe. They are very welcoming, and they are very good hosts, and we never complain that much here. We never complain. I've been in other European countries, and when I came to Ireland, I said this is one of those countries that I have to be proud of finding myself into. But this thing that happened here on the 30th of December 2020 was a shock, to be honest with you, and we appeal to the Garda Síochána and the government of Irish to please not to allow this to happen again, because personally, and as you can see, for this protest to go on for the last 14 days, that tells you how concerned people are here and the African communities, So this is the way it is, and we have brought it to you. These protests have come to an end for tonight. Is a candle night for George, and we have finished. And I have to go home, and I pray to Almighty Chukwuka Abiyama to condole the family of the bereaved, so that I don't know how they're going to bear this. Psychologically, me myself, I'm kind of worried as well. Parents witnessing the murder of their child in front of them is shocking. It's shocking. This is the individual that did this. I appeal for the justice to take its course, because it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Firing 6 times. Six. We thought before was 5, but the autopsy proved that it was 6 times that this young man was shot in front of his family members, in front of his house. Man, I never thought that this would happen here, but it has happened, and we pray that let it not happen again. I know. I don't know what to say, but whatever that happened that leads to this, we pray that it will not happen again. Biafrans, this is the way it is tonight. I am trying my best to bring it live to you, to represent Biafrans worldwide here, Biafran community here, regardless, as I have said before, if you look at what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria today, it's very sad. It's very sad. I don't know what the zoo government is doing about this. But look at what is going on in the zoo. It's nothing to write home about. The Zoological Republic, but let's keep pushing. If you have no one to speak for you, we stand up and speak for ourselves. As African, as a Biafran, as an activist, I appeal to Africans to come together, use this as a focal point to come together and look after each other, and make sure that we begin to work towards going back home to build Africa. A lot of things are happening. And I will not hold any grudges against anybody. To be honest, I will not hold grudges against anybody. If the leaders of Africa, is doing something, you can't see Africans migrating all over the place, dying in the Mediterranean Sea, trying to cross to Europe. In the process, they are drowning. They are dying in the Sahara Desert. It's terrible what the situation the African youth found themselves. Those ones who could not travel will be shot by their own government forces. It's terrible. Look at what is going on in the zoo. The military being deployed in the whole town, killing youth at will. So why would other people not kill youth? If your own country doesn't value your own life. You see, this thing is mind torturing. It's mind torturing. But like I said, it is what it is. And we have to, keep fighting. And I said in Biafra, Africa died. Until Biafra is restored, Africa remains, underdeveloped. I want to use this opportunity to thank all of you, to thank our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who has done so much to create this awareness that Africans can be seeing themselves now, they're beginning to reason like every other tribe and every other race in this world. I want to ask Chukwu Kabiama to continue to bless him. Onyendu, remain resolute. We are with you, and Biafra we shall get. Once Biafra is restored, I promise, here in Ireland, we will remove nearly 5,000 Biafrans. If we are up to 5,000 Biafrans will leave and go back home and build Africa. We will return back home to build Africa, to build Biafra. That is our dream. And we want to thank Irish government. Of course, they are a very good friend of Biafrans. We want to appreciate them for at least being with us and hosting us in their country. They have been with us, for as far as 19 something.